Yo, 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 it's Mbeumo Day. Bryan Mbeumo, finally. You know what? Let me open up the gates of happiness now that Mbeumo has landed. That's how we do it, baby. That's how we are. Welcome here to another episode of Sports Jazz. My name is Isaac. Josh is not around with me. I don't know where he is. He could be very much excited, but I know it's a bit late. But you know what? Depending on the time zone difference, because where I am, it's very late, but let's have some fun. Let's talk football. Let's talk Manchester United. Let's talk Bryan Mbeumo, who has been officially announced today, by Manchester United. I mean, it's been long overdue. And guess what, guys? Mbeumo is here. It's Mbeumo Day. Well, Man United has officially announced the signing of Brentford forward, or I would say now former Brentford forward, Bryan Mbeumo, on the today on the 21st, because I said 21st because it's already midnight where I am. So United has officially announced the signing of Bryan Mbeumo for a deal worth £71 million. That is a package of 65 plus 6 add-ons. Of course, inclusion this includes the initial fee that I've talked about, the 65, and the 6 million in potential add-ons. Of course, he's 25 years old, Cameroon international, who scored 20 Premier League goals last season and has already completed his medical. He has signed a long-term contract with expectations of joining the squad in the US for their preseason tour. Well, Mbeumo becomes the third signing of Manchester United following the arrivals of Matthias Cunha and Diego Leon. Of course, manager Ruben Amorim is aiming to bolster his squad, walk up into next season with a very, very good, good squad. Of course, we know he had issues with attacking options. Very, very disappointing last season. The campaign was really horrible. United finished 15th. But let's hope it's not going to be the same thing, because now you have Cunha, you have Mbeumo, and of course later on we are going to look at the potential strikers United is likely to sign, of which we have Oli Watkins, we have Benjamin Sesko, and Nicholas Jackson. I do not understand where the Nicholas Jackson jazz is coming from. Seriously, I do not understand where that jazz is coming from, because I don't see him being a Man United player. But who knows? I mean, I just pray that that doesn't go through. I mean, it doesn't go down. It will be really horrible to have Nicholas Jackson join us. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I just don't think he's the kind of player that Man United needs. That's all I can say. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. I am in the building, and let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun. Of course, real quick to walk you through Bryan Mbeumo. Mbeumo has played 4 seasons in the English Premier League for Brentford. Of course, he has also played for Troyes, and his career starts in the EPL is I think he has 51 wins. Then he has 48 losses and the 37 draws. You know, altogether out of 136 appearances, he has 28 assists and 42 goals. For I don't know if okay, let me walk you through the seasons. He's actually been there 3 seasons at Brentford. So not for sorry. The first season was 2020-2023, where he played. He scored around 9 goals and he had 8 assists. Then 2023-24, he scored again 9 goals and 6 assists. And last season, that is 2024-25 EPL campaign, he scored 20 goals, okay, and 7 assists. Now, that was really impressive. I think a lot of teams were, by the way, very much interested in getting the signature of Bryan Mbeumo, but he had his heart and everything set on joining Manchester United. I think that's what also favored the move, because, you know, for a team that finished 15th in the table, and also you lose to Spurs in the Europa finals, meaning no Champions League sport whatsoever, no European football, conference or Europa. I mean, you still, it's a blessing that United can still attract quality players. I'm talking about the likes of Cunha, the likes of Mbeumo. So we're now waiting and seeing who is going to come, who is going to join Man United after the signing of, or after securing these 2 top players in the EPL. Already made, or ready to hit the ground running. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Well, for those of you who have not yet seen him, let me give you a bit of what happened at Carrington today when Mbeumo was, let me get that pic on screen, courtesy of United District. Shout out to you on X. That is Bryan Mbeumo for you. I think what a picture, man. What a pick. What a guy. I'm so happy that this has finally gone down. He has signed. He'll be wearing shirt number 19. And very soon he's going to be joining the team. He's going to be joining the team in preseason. I think we just now need a striker, a midfielder, and a keeper. And I know we are close. Okay, we are trying to go into negotiations with the keeper. The guy that plays for a certain team in Belgium. I'll come to that. The midfielder, I don't know who we're going to get, but we need to get a midfielder who can run, a midfielder who can cover ground. But yeah, for now, that is Bryan Mbeumo for you, officially a Manchester United player. And man, oh man, I cannot wait for next season. I'm really excited. At least I know we've been having issues up front. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. When I say up front, I mean the scoring goals. It's not been good. It's not been good at all. And of course, I've seen Bruno Fernandes also welcoming Bryan Mbeumo. It's a beautiful feeling today. It's a beautiful feeling. We saw traits of Matthias Cunha, what he can do when he was playing, when he debuted against Leeds. You could see he's that kind of player with the movement, the anger for games, rather the anger for goals. He's trying to score. He's trying to make his way through. And I can only imagine if we have Bryan Mbeumo as well, both of them starting, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, attacking, scary line for Manchester United. That's if we get a striker. I'm not even thinking about Rasmus Hojlund, because I read earlier on reportedly that there were rumors coming from Italy. Was it Inter Milan and Juventus could ignite interest or reignite interest, because it was rumored back then that they were interested in the player. So there's rumor, as Ornstein said, David Ornstein, that it's true the player might be back on the radar of Inter Milan or Juventus, and that would be good. I mean, I don't mind losing or, selling all these players. We've already loaned Marcus Rashford to Barcelona. I saw some of you whining and saying that shouldn't happen. Rather, it shouldn't have happened. He should have stayed. Well, guess what, guys? To be honest, Rashford had one good season with us when he scored 30 goals under Eric Ten Hag. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he came out publicly and said he's ready for a new challenge. He wants to leave. So, I mean, why would you keep a player who doesn't want to stay? Let him go. He's going on loan. Of course, he has agreed to reduce his salary. Is going to be earning around a total of 10 million pounds, so which is not a bad thing. And Barcelona is going to be taking care of all his wages. United are not going to be paying nothing now. That is very, very good news. You get it? Very, very interesting news. So, I mean, I wouldn't be mad, because you're going to be saving, United is going to be saving 17 million pounds. That is equivalent to a player, that is equivalent to a player. Jadon Sancho is also on his way, allegedly, but again, Einstein came out and said it's not even close. Jadon Sancho with the Juventus. So we don't know what's happening with the Avenger. One Avenger is already gone. One freedom fighter is already gone to Barcelona. So we have two more left in Garnacho and Sancho. Of course, Garnacho posted something today on his Instagram, trying to work out and all that stuff. But by the way, Garnacho is a very good player, but I think because of how he has conducted himself, he even affected the price tag. His price tag, because you cannot tell me Madueke is going for 52 million pounds. You have Elanga going for 55, close to that million pounds. You have Mohamed Kudus going for 55 million pounds, and Garnacho is less than even 40 million pounds. Realistically, Garnacho is a better player, when it comes to forward options. His price tag should be up there, but the reason as to why we are struggling to even get suitors for Garnacho is because of how he acted. He made it clear that he's ready for another challenge. That was after we lost to Spurs. You remember when he was doing that interview to one of the journalists from Argentina. And then he goes on to wear a t-shirt for Marcus Rashford, the Aston Villa, not t-shirt, sorry, jersey, Aston Villa jersey, so all that stuff. So, I mean, we are happy to let him go, okay? But the problem is we are not going to get the amount of money he should have gone for. I'm telling you, teams would have paid even 70 million pounds for Garnacho. But right now, because of what he did, you're going to find yourself that Elanga, Madueke, the likes of Kudus, are even more expensive than Garnacho. So, but let's wait and see how things go. Let's wait and see how things go. Spurs is reportedly interested in signing Garnacho, getting his signature. Aston Villa as well is reportedly interested in his signature. I mean, after all, he had he had their jersey for Marcus Rashford on him. So, I mean, they should come in. They should come in. So, I don't know whether they're going to take him on loan. If they're taking him on loan and they're paying all the wages with an obligation to buy, not an option, that will be incredibly, incredibly nice. Let him go on loan if he's to go on loan with an obligation to buy of around 55 million pounds. Because I know Garnacho has the game. He can bring out his A game, provided he doesn't do those silly, silly things. I hope, by the way, he's picking a leaf right now because he realizes it's being hard for him to move because teams know he wants out. Teams know Man United want to let him go, and they are taking their time. Don't be surprised towards the end of the season when teams come with 20 or bids less than 40 million pounds for Garnacho because they know we are desperate to let him go. They know he's desperate to leave Man United. But if it wasn't for how he had acted earlier on, I think right now it would be 70. We would be talking in 70 something million pounds. So, but who knows? Let's wait and see. Because Napoli, was it mid-January? Was it that window where they offered around 40 million pounds and it was rejected? Plus add-ons, I think around 45. Then there was rumors of Atletico Madrid who were also interested, but it all cooled down. And speaking about Atletico Madrid, they are also interested in the signing of, or rather, in acquiring the signature of Anthony Dos Santos. You know, I would really love him to stay at Real Betis. I would love him to stay at Real Betis, but again, Atletico Madrid are a better club. They're a bigger club. If they're coming for you, much as you've done so well for Betis, Betis don't even have the money, and Atletico Club wants to pay the money. We rather cash in. I mean, we cash him in, count our losses, let him join Atletico Madrid. After all, he still stays in La Liga. I'm just worried. I don't know whether the kind of football he plays will be good for or will suit Diego Simeone's football, because we know he's pragmatic in his style of play. So, but anyway, what's more important is letting go of all these players. The Avengers, we've already let go of one with an option to buy. There's rumors of 30 or 35 million euros. That is Marcus Rashford. Yeah, we have one freedom fighter already at Barcelona. I understand they've added a clause if Barcelona doesn't go, because it's an option to buy, not an obligation, but there's a penalty clause if Barcelona does not activate the option to buy Marcus Rashford. It's less than 5 million euros. I mean, that's okay, but we know with Barcelona, going that side, I don't know how fast they are going to sign him, because they cannot sign players entirely. They can only sign them on loan. So I don't know how fast it's going to be for Marcus Rashford to get registered in the La Liga, because we saw Dani Olmo sitting for almost 6 months. So I'm hoping it's not the same for Marcus Rashford. I'm hoping he goes that side, enjoys football, plays well, scores goals. And because I know the World Cup is next year, so he has to do whatever he does to get into Thomas Tuchel's squad for the World Cup. But again, La Liga is different from La Liga fans are different from the English fans. Those guys do not mess around, especially Barcelona, teams like Real Madrid, if you're doing nonsense. So Rashford has to bring his game. He has to step up. Otherwise, those guys are going to eat him live. I'm telling you. Do not mess around with La Liga fans. So he has to do whatever it takes to play so well. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yes, we had Bryan Mbeumo today officially announced as a Man United player. Something that we've been looking out for. I mean, for a long time. We waited for almost 7 weeks for this deal to go through. I mean, finally, that's all I can say. Finally, it's a good feeling that it's done. Everything finished. And yeah, he just has to fly, go to USA and join the team officially, meet the manager, Ruben Amorim, and we see how things go. But yes, it's a very, very good feeling that Bryan Mbeumo has officially joined Manchester United. Remember, teams like Newcastle were interested. Arsenal were interested. I think Spurs were also interested. Actually, it got a bit worrying when uh, Thomas Frank joined Spurs, because it was a bit crazy, because rumors were, while United was taking long, Spurs wanted to launch a bid, but we got so lucky that the player wanted to join only Manchester United. That's the only reason that we stayed in the game for Mbeumo's signature. Sorry, I'm having hiccups. I think it's because of the excitement. But anyway, we saw Jason Wilcox talking about the signature, where he says, let me try to get it and put it on screen. Sorry. Let me try to put it on screen. There you go. There you go. That is Jason Wilcox. That's him in the picture with Bryan Mbeumo, by the way. That's him right there. Yep. Right there, Jason Wilcox. We saw him saying, he said Bryan's goals and assists record in the Premier League is exceptional. His remarkable consistency has put him amongst the most productive players in England for the last 3 seasons. Bryan's belief in our project and determination to join the club confirmed that he was the perfect fit for Manchester United and the culture we are developing. We are delighted to have secured another one of our primary targets ahead of the preseason tour. The experience in the US will be the perfect opportunity for Bryan to work with manager Ruben Amorim and his new teammates as we prepare for an exciting season ahead. That is courtesy of United District on X. Shout out to you, United District. I mean, he says it. Bryan's belief in our project and determination to join the club confirmed that he was a perfect fit for Manchester United. Now, of course, that's what I was saying. Spurs came in swinging. They were very, very, very serious after they got Thomas Frank as their new manager from Brentford. And remember, he was a player the other side for the same manager. So it was rumored that he wanted to come in, rather Spurs wanted to get him. At one point, also Wissa. But the player was focused on joining Manchester United. That is one of the reasons as to why we survived, which is very, very good. Still going through the posts on Twitter, still on United District. Mbeumo, yeah, that's him speaking. I think let's get it from down here. He says, Mbeumo says, as soon as I knew there was a chance to join Manchester United, I had to take the opportunity to sign for the club of my dreams. The team whose shirt I wore growing up, not forgetting he's going to be wearing shirt number 19. That is a player. Now we want a player with belief. We want a player with commitment. We want a player that is interested in a project. We don't want the likes of Victor Gyökeres, because I've been reading news, false or not, but reportedly that Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United are trying to go around Arsenal to reach out, rather to get a deal to get Gyökeres. I don't know how true that is, but I would not welcome that, because I know the player is focused on joining Arsenal now. Unless he wants Man United and he's made it clear he wants Arsenal, why would you bring him? I think anyway it's a tactic just to get Arsenal on board and pay what they want today. What they have to pay. Bryan Mbeumo went on to say, my mentality is always to be better than I was yesterday. I know that I have the spirit and character to reach another level here, learning from Ruben Amorim and playing alongside world-class players. Everybody told me about the environment that is being created here and how exciting the plans for the future. Yeah. What else? He went on to say, this is a massive club with an incredible stadium and amazing fans. We are all determined to challenge for the biggest trophies. That is Bryan Mbeumo for you. I think it's a great feeling. We've struggled. We've cried for this dude almost 7 weeks just to make sure we acquire his signature. And it's a great thing. It's a great thing that we finally secured the signing of Bryan Mbeumo. And now you have Matheus Cunha. So you have 2 10s that are very, very, very good, So we just need a striker. We just need a striker. And speaking of a striker, guys, please do subscribe. Sports Jazz, subscribe. I know it's late where I am. I don't know what time it is for you guys, but where I am, it's close to, let me check. It's just 9 minutes to 3 a.m. in the morning. I had issues, man. I would have come earlier on. Josh, who I work with today, decided to bail out because he was very happy after the official announcement of Bryan Mbeumo. Shout out to you, Josh. Shout out to you, brother. Um, yeah, Manchester United's hunt for a striker. We're going to be looking at that. We have Ollie Watkins, okay? We have Benjamin Sesko, and we have Nicholas Jackson. Bro, I hope the Nicholas Jackson thing is just a rumor because I'm going to put him, I've decided to mention him because the rumor won't go away. You know, this dude says he's 23, 24 years old, but he looks like a 36-year-old, guy. So I'm hoping it's I'm hoping it's not true, guys. I'm hoping it's not true, guys. Yes, Chelsea fans, pun intended. I'm hoping that is not a factor. It's not good that we are being linked to a player like him. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I don't think he's that kind of player that Man United need. I would actually go for Ollie Watkins, but on loan. Actually, United did go for. You know what? Let's do it right away. Let's start. Let's get into it. United did go. They tried signing. No, it was Emi Martinez who they tried. Approached Villa with with a loan option for Emi Martinez, and they were told to fuck off. They were told to either cash in or no. Well, I'm going to be comparing Benjamin Sesko, Ollie Watkins, and Nicholas Jackson, guys, for you. I mean, as strikers, this involves looking at their playing styles, the statistics, and fit for terms. Are they fit for teams like Manchester United? Because for a team like Man United, we understand other teams were rumored to also be into the same players, by the way, especially Benjamin Sesko, Ollie Watkins. Arsenal was also rumored to be, I think even Nicholas Jackson at one point, Arsenal was rumored to be interested in the same player. So uh, based on the recent transfer rumors and performance data and everything, we are going to be looking at these three players or strikers: Benjamin Sesko, Ollie Watkins, and Nicholas Jackson. So let's start with Benjamin Sesko, who plays for Leipzig and international-wise Slovenia, age 22 years old. I would say, if I'm to give you a bit of his background, he's young, of course, highly rated striker who emerged as Red Bull Salzburg before moving to Red Bull Leipzig, known for his physicality, the pace, the potential he has alone. So I mean, and he has been linked to Man United for almost 3-4 seasons. His release clause is a bit crazy, though. It's around 68 to 86 million pounds. It's within a region of that amount, so I think it's a bit exaggerated. He performed well the other season, 2023-24. Last season he performed fairly, but we shall also look at their goals. But yeah, playing styles, yeah, I think he's a very good player. He's dynamic. He's a modern forward, by the way. That's why I think Arteta was rumored to be interested in him. I don't know what happened, but he's a modern striker. He's huge. He's good in the air. He's good on the ball. The finishing is improving. Clinical wise, and he's tall. Oh, by the way, he's around 6 feet, 6.4 in. So, and of course, not forgetting, he's very fast. He has speed, making him effective at attacking spaces in behind and holding up play. Of course, he's seen as a high potential player with room to grow, and ideal for for teams needing for focal point with a long time structure. Teams like Manchester United, the Arsenals, that's where they were into him. So that is Benjamin Sesko for you. Then for Ollie Watkins, of course, we know England international, plays for Aston Villa. He's 29 years old. He's a proven Premier League, by the way, striker. Very, very good striker in the EPL. He's not there as an elite EPL striker, but I know he's somewhere there. He can give you around 13, 14, 16 goals if you really put good players behind him to, source him and give him, or in other words, assist him. But yeah, he's EPL proven. Of course, Watkins has been a key player for Aston Villa, contributing significantly for their Champions League qualification. He's been linked with Arsenal, Man United, at one point Chelsea, and his evaluation is a bit crazy. It's around 60 million pounds, because I would not agree Man United to pay that amount of money for a 29-year-old. Not at all, not at all. I think it's way exaggerated. It's a lot of money. If he comes on loan, it's okay. If anything less than 25 million pounds, it's okay. He can come in, Because if you have Ollie Watkins in front of Cunha and if you have Ollie Watkins in front of Cunha and Mbuemo, I think he could do something. But going for 60M, the price tag that Aston Villa is talking about, bro, jokers. There is no way. But yeah, his style of play, of course, Watkins is a versatile forward, who excels in pressing. The link-up play is good. The runs in behind, the defenders and all that. And he's known for his work rate and ability to contribute both goals and assists. Though his finishing is, it's been criticized. I know he's not clinical very well. He misses sometimes very, very good chances. I think you remember that chance missed around 4, I think, in the game against Celtic. So his finishing is a bit off. But yeah, he'll be a great signing for Man United. On loan, if permanent, not less than 25 million pounds. There is no way. Any team in their right mind would pay for a 29-year-old like Ollie Watkins for 60 million pounds to Aston Villa. Aston Villa, come on, stop it, man. Now, the controversial, I don't know. I'm going to say it's a joke. What the hell, bro? What the fuck? Nicholas Jackson, of course, Chelsea, Senegal, international-wise Senegal, and he's 24 years old. I do not believe that brother is 24 years old. No disrespect. Nicholas Jackson looks 36 years old. I don't know how it came to be that he's 24 years old, but again, he's African, so I do understand. Africans, you understand. Well, of course, signed for Chelsea in 2023 for only 32 million pounds, and he has shown flashes of brilliance, but he has struggled with inconsistency, especially when it comes to the injuries and all that. He's injury prone, just like Ollie Watkins, by the way. He's also injury prone. Those two players are injury prone. So one of the reasons as to why I would take Benjamin Sesko. And I'm going to tell you how United can sign Benjamin Sesko. And it's rumored that he's been on United radar. And United and Chelsea understand their asking price is around 80 to 100 million pounds. Bunch of jokers. Because he's still on a long-term contract with Chelsea, around 8 years remaining. Yo, Toddy Boyle is a gangster, man. That dude is a gangster. 8 years remaining, and they are not in a rush to even sell him, because now they have João Pedro. But still, they're not in a rush to sell him. Of course, but to me, I think Jackson's style of play is, he's raw. He's still raw, but yes, he's energetic. He has the pace and dribbling ability. Yeah, you could actually say he's a less refined version of Ollie Watkins, to be honest. Nicholas Jackson, to me, I would say he's a less refined version of Ollie Watkins. So yeah, his presence and movement is also good for high intensity systems, but also his finishing needs real polishing, extremely serious polishing. So, but yeah, I think going into I would say, to me, since the starting, I would say, should we use last season? Should we use last season? I think it would be nice. I wanted to compare the goals and everything, but I'll say Sesko scored 13 goals and provided 5 assists in the Premier League in 2023-24. Okay, the other season, of course, indicating a solid but not prolific output. Because I think he should have done more. I'm going to give you what he scored last season. Watkins, I would say, by the way, Watkins, he's a good player, but I don't like how he gets injured very, very fast. I do not like that. The injuries and all that. I don't think they make him a very, very good player. But yeah, chances missed. Sesko missed around 18 big chances over the last 2 seasons. Significantly lower number than what Watkins and Jackson. Because I think Watkins missed around 70 in over 3 seasons. Jackson around 43 in over 2 seasons. So it's a bit off for those 2 players. They're good players, but I think I would go for Benjamin Sesko. Besides, when it comes to fitness, Sesko's long-term interest in the presence, rather when it comes, fit for the club, and to suit especially the system, the kind of play like right now that we have under Ruben Amorim, I think Sesko would do so much, and would be even a much easier deal to to finalize, because he has that relationship with Christopher Vivel back then when he was the the director at Red Bull. So I believe that would help when it comes to finalizing the deal. And let's wait and see. And by the way, I know it looks impossible, but do not be surprised if that deal is closed. Because why do I say that? I say that because, you know, United, while entering the season, I talked about this yesterday, but one in our stream. It was rumored that they had around 100 million pounds. Now, out of 100 million pounds, United has used 37.5. I'm not so sure of the figure, but close to that, to sign two very prolific EPL players in Matheus Cunha, who of course went for 62.5 million pounds for Wolves, or rather from Wolves, but United is paying in 3 installments. Now they paid 20.5 for Matheus Cunha. Then they come in for Mbeumo, altogether 71 million pounds plus add-ons, okay, with the 65 up front, and in 4 installments, and they've already paid 16.25. You get what I'm saying? Where I get the 37 million pounds. So United has spent 37.5 million pounds on very, very good two prolific EPL players in Cunha and Mbeumo. Mbeumo paid, of course, we all know the total amount 70, including add-ons, but United paid 16.25 because they're paying in 4 installments. Now that is very good. You know, at least you have to credit Ineos for that. Then you come to Matheus Cunha, who's 62.5, but United paid 20.5. Now, if you put the two figures together, that is close to 37.5, you know, the total. Now, that is very good. That means we still have a bit of 60-something balance remaining. So if United goes in for Benjamin Sesko and Leipzig is ready to also accept installments, regardless of whatever amount they agree on, don't be surprised if again we get on 20-something to sign Benjamin Sesko. I don't know whether I make whether I make sense, guys. So I mean, it's a good one. We don't have the money, but we're trying to sign all these players on I mean, not a one-time full payment. You know, we're trying to sign them in bids. And of course, we know we really, really need a striker. We need a striker because we did so bad last season. We performed so poorly. And to be honest, I do not trust Rasmus Højlund at all. At all. You know, so there's no way I would settle for a player like, I mean, look at the Leeds game. I see it's the same things that he used to do last season. So I actually think even Chido Obi Martin does better. You know, he would do good. So if you bring in a player like Benjamin Sesko, who gave you around 13 goals and 5 assists, I'm not saying it's a very good start. I mean, they're still very, very low, because altogether it's 18 goal involvements, very, very low goals compared to the other season where he performed so well. But if you brought in a player like Benjamin Sesko, I think he would do a much, much better team compared to what we have. Any player better than Rasmus Højlund would be a great addition to our attacking, to our attackers or our attacking threat. You know, it will be actually a real game to have him. But Ollie Watkins did well last season. He scored 16 goals and 8 assists. You know, that is 24 goal involvements. That's why I'm saying if Ollie Watkins also comes through, it wouldn't be a problem. He comes through on a loan deal, or if it's on a permanent deal, not more than 25 million pounds, it will be an incredible signing. An incredible 29 years old, EPL proven. I like to add the EPL proven because I think he's done so well. As I've said earlier, is one of the reasons why Villa played in the Champions League. So not in a bad way, but yeah, I think I would have him join us. Yes, he's injury prone, and a lot of people are worried about that. But again, he's better than what we have at the moment. I mean, being injury prone and you score 16 goals with 8 assists in EPL, yet you have Rasmus Højlund who barely got injured and couldn't even score 6 goals. It's a bit worrying. But yeah, for Nicholas Jackson last season, he scored only 10 goals and 5 assists. As I said, he's just a less refined Ollie Watkins kind of player for me. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really get excited having him at all. I would not get excited. But yes, once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. I know I am very late today, but let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Let's get into the comment section. Now, about the Jadon Sancho thing, again, I want to say David Oyston, who has been, by the way, extremely fantastic this transfer window, especially when it comes to news or players related to the Premier League. I would say Premier League signings within. He came out a few hours ago and said he doesn't know where the rumor is coming from that Sancho is close to joining Juventus, because it's not true. It's not true. There's no truth in that now. It's a bit worrying if a well-sourced journalist like David Oyston says that. I mean, you have to worry, because I almost got happy, man. I almost got happy. I thought it was working out. I thought it was working out, because we need to let go of him. We need to let go of Jadon Sancho. He's been nothing but negative ever since he joined Man United. So I think it would be best to let go of him. But yes, looking at preparations for next season, we have the butcher, Lisandro Martinez. He's coming back. He's working on his way back. He's been doing so well. You know, physio, I think, is done with physio already. Although he still has, I don't know, what do they call it? Anyway, he still goes back. But yeah, he's almost getting done with the physio bit of everything. Exercising, gym, and all that he has already started. Soon hitting the grass. And from what I understand, if everything goes as planned, in the next 10 to 14 days, he will be joining the squad in the US. I think it will be a great, great uh, feeling to have Lisandro Martinez back. But of course, they're not going to walk him straight into the team. They have to make sure and take care of his progress, you know, the recovery and everything, because they don't want to risk him. But yeah, United fans should brace up for the return of the butcher, like it or not. United fans should brace for the return of the butcher, aka Lisandro Martinez. You know, because I mean, after 4 months, or rather after months of out with a nasty injury, you know, ligament injury, the Argentine warrior is targeting a full return in a few weeks from now. He's already back in light training. He's hungry, he's focused, and he's fully committed to the badge. He's one of those players, by the way, that I don't even doubt at in one point. I mean, because even with injuries last season, Lisandro Martinez managed to get us 2 seasons and 2 goals, and still even managed to have 32 appearances across all competitions, you know, and not to forget 87 tackles in the Premier League alone. So, yes, he had injuries. He barely played last season, but you can see him being as a defender. I think that's great, man. That's really, really great. Because from what I understand, I think his average he's averaged nearly to 67 passes per game. That is almost 90% accurate. So I mean, I cannot wait, you know, considering even his size short. Remember players like former players, I'll give, I think, was it Yami Karaga wrote him off, but it was surprised how it turned out. So I'm very happy that he's coming back. We have Lenny Euro, who's already fit. We have Aiden Heaven, he's already there. The Leaked is already there. Former skip and captain Harry Maguire is already there, but I do still think United need to get a player, rather a CB, a good CB. I think we need a CB, because we need to replace Victor Lindelof. I don't know who they're going to replace him with, because I saw rumors of Godwin Koki being called up to the first team. I don't know whether it's going to stay that way. And defensive wise, we are not so bad. And we have kids that side, by the way, who are ready to give everything. You have Fredrickson, you have Lenny Euro, by the way. Lenny Euro, as Joshua was saying, he's not yet 20 years, but it's like he's around 25 years, because when you're mentioning him sometime and you talk about kids at the club, you even skip his name. But yeah, you have Fredrickson, you have Aiden Heaven, you have Diego Leon, who has just signed. You have Patrick Dogu, he's already there, signed in January. Then you have, of course, I've talked about Lenny Euro. Yeah, you have players, you have kids that side. Then when you add the experience of players like Mazarawi, Maguire, who else? Toilet Pepper, aka Toilet Pepper Bones, aka Luke Shaw. Then you also have the Leaked. I think that's an incredible squad. It's an incredible squad, although Injury wise, Maguire is not, sorry, not Maguire. The Ligt is not so good. He's a bit injury prone. So I would really like it if we got someone, to add in there. Then, of course, I understand United will be looking also to strengthen the midfield position. I think it's very, very important that we do that. Very, very, very important, because we need a defensive midfielder. We need a defensive midfielder who can cover ground. And in one of those, to me, I would love Richard Rios, but unfortunately, I think he's headed to Portugal. Is it Benfica? I think he's headed for Benfica. I don't know, but he would be a great signing. He would be a great signing. Then Ederson from Atlanta. He's also a very, very good signing. He's actually a solid player, true solid player. But I do not see that happening. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening. I don't know how good it's going to be. But yes, we need one. We need a midfielder in there, and of course, with goalkeepers, no one believes in Andre Onana anymore. No one at all. No one, after what he did last season, no one is interested in Andre Onana. Rather, okay. By an interest, I mean no one wants to keep him, because I'd rather wants him to start Man United, because he's prone to silly mistakes, and he has that Hollywood, I don't know, should I call it character? So he needs competition, and Aita Bayinda is not the kind of player that will give him a run for his money. So I would prefer if United get a player. I thought honestly Emi Martinez would be a great one. Yes, he's 32 years old, but if he came also on a loan or anything, not more than 20 million pounds, he would give you 2-3 good seasons. And we know keepers get better every time they age. It's just like defenders. So yes, Emi Martinez would be a good one. At 1 minute, I thought we were into Diego Costa, that is Porto's keeper, but it looks like he's headed to Man City. Unfortunately, I know that is Josh's guy. I mean, he's a great keeper. He would be a serious, proper, good signing for Man United, but he's headed the other way, and he's not very expensive, around 50 million, 50, 60 million pounds. He's not expensive, but I think even with good negotiations, um, you can go lower. You can get what you want lower. Um, then there's another keeper who we've been linked to, but I'm still thinking about what's his name? Martinez. There's this other keeper, that is it Lamens, that we've been linked to, the one from Belgium. I don't think he's 23 years old. Some people say he's a better player, but I don't know whether I would take him, to be honest. I don't know whether I would take him, because I think Emi Martinez would be. He had a poor season, by the way, according to stats, compared to Onana last season. But overall, he's a better package. He's a better keeper than Onana. He's way, 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 way better. Way, way, way better than Onana. So I think I would settle for him. I would take him straight on if he's on a loan and less than 20 million pounds. Yes, 32 years old. He's very good when it comes to penalties, by the way. And overall, he's a very, very good keeper. To me, I feel he would do a better job. He would do a better job than Andre Onana, because man, Onana had, he had last season was a season to forget for Andre Onana. I don't know whether he's ready to improve, but well, it's a blessing in disguise that is also injured. I'm not saying I want him injured, but I'm saying it's a blessing in disguise, because it's only this way that United is going to be forced to get a keeper. Okay. Yes, again, we're being linked up to Saint Lamens, the 23-year-old Belgian keeper from Royal Antwerp. I mean, it's been consistent, by the way, the links, and it won't go away. At one point today, I read somewhere that it's reported that United, or rather, Royal Antwerp are bracing for a bid from Manchester United. I don't know how true that is, but interest stems from Ruben Amorim's. From United's head coach, that is Ruben Amorim. I mean, he's seeking for a goalkeeper to challenge or replace Andre Onana. I would actually prefer replacing him. The problem is we don't have anyone suiting, interested in buying Onana. That's where PSR comes in. That's why we are struggling to sell players, because Pogba came in for 90 million pounds. He left on a free transfer. Okay. You have Jadon Sancho, who came in for £73 million altogether from Borussia Dortmund. And by the way, for those of you that don't know, United just finished this very season to pay the full amount, because it was I think in 3 installments. This very season, sorry, as United is trying to offload him, and no one is even willing to give us £20 million. United has just finished paying that £73 million altogether for Jadon Sancho. That's how sad it is. The Avenger, the freedom fighter. So it's that bad. It's that bad. And Onana also, I think it's this season that we've also finished paying for him, because the first season when Erik ten Hag was there, then the second season was last season when he was fired, when Ten Hag was fired. The other installment was this very season that clears the total amount that is supposed to be paid for Andre Onana. So, of course, we know he has faced a lot of criticism for his inconsistent performances and is currently sidelined with an injury, hamstring injury. And it looks like Lamen's, he's right there. He's poised himself. I understand he's interested in making the move. He's 6'4" in, 6'4" in, and it's noted that don't forget, it's noted that his sharp shooting, shot stopping composure is way better than Onana's, from what I understand. So and he's not very expensive, by the way. He's close to around 13, 21 million, 20 million pounds. So you can always, if it's that amount and he's good, United thinks he's good. Omar Berada should do his magic. He's still young, 23 years old. Get him to Old Trafford. Yep. Let's wait and see. But that means then you have to count your losses with Onana, because no one is going to buy Onana if he's not playing. And if they're going to buy him, it's going to be less. So that is the worrying bit of all these players that we have. That's why we are struggling to sign players, because players come for very high prices and end up leaving on a free transfer. You get it? They end up living on a free transfer or leave for much lesser amount. We saw what happened with Lukaku. Anthony Martial worked on a free transfer. Who else? Jadon Sancho is now the same thing that is happening. So it's not so good. It's not good at all. The only thing that would save us right now is if we sold players like Marcus Rashford, who has gone on loan to Aston Villa. At one point it was rumored that at least would cost a minimum £40 million. But Barcelona, the option to buy is just 30 million euros. Some say it's 35 million euros. That is very less. But being an academy player, it's pure profit when you get that amount of money. It's clean, it's pure profit, and it helps to balance the books. Then you also have players in Alejandro Garnacho, who has, I would say, he has jeopardized. He has done so good to jeopardize his career in terms of his value as a player, in terms of behavior-wise. Because no team is going to come in for you if you're behaving the way you're behaving. I hope this is a lesson to him, because he's doing what he's doing, and it's affecting his price tag, his value. At one point, Garnacho was close to was valued £70 million. But right now we are struggling to even get 30 or 40 million pounds, no suitors at all. Again, as I said earlier, do not be surprised towards the end of the transfer window. Teams are going to come giving you 17 or 20 or 25 million pounds for Garnacho, because they know we are desperate to offload him, and they also know he's desperate to leave the club. Yes, it's pure profit. It would also help with that any amount we get from him would help balance the books, especially if it's a much higher price. But again, he's been very poor. I would say he's been an idiot, to be honest, with how he's been acting, him and his brother. An absolute idiot. So he should be allowed to leave Man United, because you don't want to keep such a player like Alejandro Garnacho. If he's gone on, he's criticizing the player, and you want to let go of him, so that you keep the players around not infected. And I saw Pogba's stream. I think it was with Aisha Speed, asking him what he thinks about Rashford joining Man United, and he said he's a very good player. It's United's loss. Bro, look, I know everyone is entitled to their opinion, and it's good, freedom of speech, but you cannot tell me we've lost a player, a good player. He made it look like it was our fault. We let him go to Barcelona, United's fault. He came out clearly when he was talking to Henry Winter in an interview, and he said he's ready to leave Manchester United. He's ready for a new challenge. Now, you cannot tell me, according to Pogba, because I watched the clip when he was with Aisha Speed, he made it like United was the problem. You cannot tell me United is the problem if the player has made it publicly clear that he wants to leave. You let go of him. It's the same thing with Garnacho. After that game, the final, the Europa finals, which we lost to, the one we lost to Spurs, he came out and said, look, I've been playing all throughout, I've been coming, help the team to qualify to the finals, and right now I only played 17, 20 minutes. Anyway, we are going to go into holidays. I'm going to go relax, enjoy my life, and I'll see I'll sit and think about next season. It's like he's telling you, like the manager, he's having a go at the manager publicly, that whatever decisions he did were not right. Maybe that's one of the reasons that's why we lost to Spurs. That's what he was trying to say. But look, you do not do that, and I'm very happy that Amorim made it clearly to him in front of everyone, his former squad mates, that you're not part of the plans. Please look for a bit. He actually said, I hope you have a club that is interested in you, Garnacho. So that is another avenger of freedom fighter. Off the same thing, some Sancho fans keep on saying, Sancho is a better player. It's because the manager didn't keep him well, rather didn't manage him well. Bro, man, shut up. Sancho is one of those players under Eric Ten Hag that was taken care of as a baby. That dude spent 4 months not playing, 4 months not playing. He was on a special program in Netherlands trying to make sure he gets back very good, in good form. And you still come out and say that Eric Ten Hag didn't like Jadon Sancho, a manager that sent you away for 4 months just to make sure you come back in the right state of mind. You train very well, okay? You're on a special program. He wants you back, and you still come back and do shit. And you come back and you refuse to apologize to him. Just sorry. 5 words. 5 words. Sorry. And he refused. Sorry, 5 letters. I'm sorry. Those are 3 words. And Sancho refused. And some Sancho fans are blaming, or United fans, the few anyway, the minority are blaming Eric Ten Hag. I don't think that is fair. For a player who even took out everything that associates him with Manchester United from all his social media handles, anything that the jersey, the picture, anything, you cannot even tell that he has ever played for Man United. And you want to keep such a player? Very toxic. Let him go. Let Sancho go. Very, very toxic. So I'm happy to let him go. The only problem is what a loss that United has made. Because, buying a player at 73 million pounds, and you sell him for less than 15 or 20 million pounds, that's a huge loss, guys. A very, very huge loss. But yeah, I'm happy with the signings available, rather with the signings we've made so far. Bryan Mbeumo, who has finalized a deal to sign from Brentford to Manchester United today, 71 million pounds in total with add-ons. That is 65 plus the 6 million in add-ons. He's still young. He has he's versatile. He can also, by the way, play as a right wing back at one point. A right wing back, not a right back, but a right wing back. From what I understand, he can also play the other side of where Cunha says, left wing forward. And as I said last time, I cannot wait to see that right side of Manchester United play. Because if you have Amad Diallo as your right wing back, you have him as you have Mbeumo as your right wing forward, bro. That is going to be deadly. I'm telling you. Then you have a very good striker up front. It's going to be bloody. And the other side, you have Mazraoui as the right CB, or you have Lenier as the right CB. Bloody. That's all I can say. It's going to be incredible. Of course, yes. Then Matthias Cunha, who signed even before the transfer window started. I like how United capitalized on that and just had to wrap it up very fast. That is very good, very good. He has already played in United's preseason friendly against Leeds. We saw glimpses of him doing so well. Very, very incredible. Although it ended in a goalless draw, but he has been given the shirt number 10, Mbeumo number 19, and I cannot wait. Number 10 was previously, by the way, Marcus Rashford's shirt, so bye Marcus Rashford. Of course, not forgetting the kid also, Diego Leon, young kid from Paraguay. He's a defender, joined from Cerro Porteño, and is expected to develop within Man United's first team and academy, because there was rumors that he could be loaned out, but it looks like he's not going to be loaned. And the manager Amorim and his team are very impressed with what he's doing, or what he's been doing in training. And you remember the kid also said, a lot of people think that I'm going to go that side and get loaned, but I'm not going to go there to get loaned. I'm going to play, and maybe in 2-3 preseason games, I believe the manager will be very, very happy with me, and I'll be in the first team. Such kind of mentality, you want that, okay? Then there's another kid we signed, Enzo Kana, who was signed as a free agent, but was later immediately loaned back, or rather loaned to Lausanne Sports in Switzerland. That is also under Ineos, by the way, for those of you that don't know. So yes, one player that is really baffling, I don't know why there's no rumors of him leaving the club, is Anthony. He hasn't, by the way, he hasn't made it public. I think he's conducted himself so well, because I saw towards the end of the season in La Liga, when he was playing for Real Betis, he said, I've had a great time here, I've enjoyed myself, and I'll go back the other side and see what's in store for us. So that is very, very good news. Sorry, that was very good from him. He didn't try to step on the manager or the club or say anything. And that's the kind of mentality that you need. But unfortunately, good as he may be, Anthony Dos Santos does not fit in Amorim's style of play, because I don't see him playing as a right wing forward. I don't see him playing as a right wing back. So he looks like he has to leave. But my disappointment comes from Real Betis. He did so well for them. In fact, is one of the reasons that's why they qualified to the Europe. Is it UEFA Europa Conference Finals? The one they lost to Chelsea. He did so well. I don't know why they cannot come in for the guy. Now, Atletico Madrid has stepped up. It's rumored that they're interested in the player. And look, bro, if they're bringing 35, 40 million pounds, let him go. Let him join. Okay, let him join. With Rasmus Højlund, as a United fan, I am open to loaning out the Danish striker. I don't know. I think United is also, open to loaning him out, or even sell, but I don't think you'll get the right money. So loaning him out is okay. Of course, Inter Milan has shown interest, from what I understand, Juventus also. But I mean, bro, for a striker who scored only 4 goals in 32 appearances last season, Rasmus Højlund, that was very, very poor, and that devalues his market value. Very, very poor. Ericsson, of course, left on a free transfer. Sorry, left on free, because we also signed him on a free, by the way. Yeah, but he left on a free transfer. Johnny Evans, the same thing. Victor Lindelof, all the 3 left the club at the end of their contracts. But I understand Evans has transitioned into a role. Is it head of loans and pathways at Man United, something like that. Then Sam Murray was transferred to is it Carlisle? I don't remember the team. Carlisle United or Carlisle United, and where he will play under former United striker Mark Hughes. So I mean, that's okay. Then Tom Miles and Sonny were released by Man United. We had Gabriel Oguneye was loaned to Newport County in League 2. So I mean, all these players have left the club or are leaving the club, and some are being loaned, and it's not bad at all. I'm happy to have players leave the club, but we need to sign players. We need to get the striker, and my only options are right now. Please don't talk about don't talk about Nicholas Jackson. Don't. I think it's a joke that Nicholas Jackson is but anyway, he still has an 8-year contract with Chelsea, but 80 to 100 million pounds, bro, give me a break. Give me a fucking break. But yeah, Benjamin Sesko and Ollie Watkins, I think they will be great additions to Man United. Ollie Watkins scored 16 goals last season, great, and 8 assists. That's 24 goal involvement. He would be a great addition to Man United. The only problem is I'm worried about his injury track. I mean, if you check it out, he's injury prone, but he's a player who can give you goals. He's a player who can give you goals, but United not paying that amount of money. And I know they cannot do such mistakes, because such mistakes were done by the former regimes of Ed Woodward, is it Matt Jude and all those. But currently, I don't think any the likes of Christopher Vivel or Wilcox or Omar Berada, even Sir Jim Ratcliffe would sanction the buying of Ollie Watkins, 29-year-old, 60 million pounds, because that's what Aston Villa value him, 60 to 80 million pounds. But look, if he's ready to come on loan and we are taking care of his wages, I think that's okay. That's fine, because we've already saved 17 million pounds with Rashford going to Barcelona. We've already saved that, and that is like a player. That's, or if he comes for anything less than 25 million pounds, that's okay. You take him. He gives you 2-3 good season, and you have a player. We were rumored at one point to be interested in Xavi Guerra, the Valencia midfielder, Xavi Guerra, but I think it was just rumors. Then also, by the way, Randall Kolo Muani, there was rumors that United are interested in the PSG striker who had a very, very successful loan at Juventus, But no, I don't think Newcastle is also interested. I think Newcastle should concentrate on that. I don't want, no, not Kolo Muani. But yeah, good luck to him wherever he wants to go. Then the Dominic Calvert-Lewin rumor, bro, that former Everton striker, now a free agent, that being considered as a United look, as a United new number 9, bro, striker option. Well, I think whoever created that rumor, I don't know whether it's his manager or his agent. That should stop. But yeah, overall, we've announced the signing of Bryan Mbeumo today. We have Cunha, we have Diego Leon. So I'm hoping United close on a midfielder. My take, I would love, my options, Richard Rios, but he's headed to Portugal. I would so much love Addison, but I think he's a bit expensive, close to 35 to 40 million pounds from Atlanta. A keeper, I would love a keeper. I think Saint Lamens, if he can join Man United and give a run for, give Onana a run for the money. For that spot. Yeah, that would be a good one. The defender, I think we are not so bad, but I still think we need a CB. We need a CB there to deputize, in a very good CB. But yeah, under Ruben Amorim's, right now under Ruben Amorim, United are reshaping the squad. Of course, he's reshaping his squad because he has to be backed. We had a very disappointing campaign last season, very, very poor, finishing 15th in the Premier League with no European football for the upcoming campaign. So I think United should now focus on strengthening the attack. The goalkeeping department should also do much. They should do a lot of work. The attack and the goalkeeping department. Of course, we are also looking to offload players, with very huge bills, wage bills, to find new signings. But let's wait and see. But yeah, United right now, Amorim should focus on what he has. Hopefully he's backed more. He gets a midfielder and a keeper, or maybe even one more defender if it's possible. But of all, a striker. And when I say a striker, we don't want to be fidgeting around. We have Chido Obi Martin. I think he should also be given time to, to integrate into the first team. He should be given more game time. And I think he's a very good lad. He's a very, very good player who can do a lot of things for Man United if given a chance. I think he might turn out to be an incredible signing for Manchester United. Of course, you remember he signed from Arsenal. And it was a free transfer. So then we also took Stoll. I would say we stole Aiden Heaven. I think we paid close to £1 million, who has also shown that he's a very, very good left back, incredible left back. Although he got injured towards the end of the season, but he's a very, very good, incredible left back, ready to deputize Alessandro Martinez. So altogether, let's hope and let's wait and see how the transfer window winds up. Then I think overall we shall come and rate the transfer window. But all the best to Ruben Amorim in the preseason, and I hope the boys link up and gel so well. Mbeumo, you're a Man United, you're a Red Devil now. Go do your thing. We cannot wait for you. In the meantime, Omar Berada, we need a striker to partner with Bryan Mbeumo as a right wing forward and left wing forward, Matheus Cunha. I cannot wait for that. I don't know what kind of striker, whether it's going to be Ollie Watkins. Again, I'm okay with him coming on a loan, or if it's money less than 25 million pounds, or Benjamin Sesko. It will be incredible. Forget about this rubbish of us being linked to Sporting Lisbon's Victor Gyökeres. I think it's the agent, the tricks they're trying to pressure Arsenal. That Sijui United is trying to go around Arsenal and work out something with Sporting Lisbon. But the player is interested in only wants Arsenal. That is all. It's all tricks by his managers, or his agents, just to make sure they get Arsenal on board. So let's wait and see, guys. Once again, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Man United, glory, glory, Man United. Mbeumo was officially announced. Let's pray and hope for the best in this transfer window, because we still need a striker, we need a midfielder, and a keeper. Signing out right now. Please do subscribe once again, guys. Subscribe, turn on the notifications. Sports Jazz, I am officially signing out. Adios. Glory, glory, Man United.